With that being said, we're going to get in the mid-major rankings. Top 7, we do have a new team in the top 7 this week, so we'll let you know what that looks like as we get right into it. Dropping out this week was West Virginia State Yellow Jackets, 3-2, 2-1, as they fall after a tough loss this week. Notre Dame of Ohio, that is, they fall out. It is hard to get in the top 7 up here. You got to be really having a pretty great season. But receiving votes, we have some teams just on the outside. That's West Virginia State, as they are in the mix with 116 points. Fayetteville State Broncos at 4-2, 4-0. They on the outside looking in, having a good season this fall, but they're solid as things look. Albany State Golden Rams also on the outside, 4-2, 4-0. Big games this week as they have 111 points. We'll see what that looks like in the mix. Starting with number 7, let's get into it. Miles Golden Rams, Golden Bears. Let me get that straight. Miles Golden Bears, 4-2, 3-1. They dropped 4 spots after a tough home loss last week, 131 points, but they're still in the top 7. And number 6, Virginia Union Panthers jump into the top 7 at 5-1, 3-1, quietly getting things done. And they're the new entrants in the top 7 this week as they just continue to win, 136 points. And number 5, Allen Yellow Jackets, 5-1, 3-1, 140 points. They move up 2 spots as they get back to winning ways. Fort Valley State Wildcats, quietly, if there's such a thing, 5-1 after 5 straight, including 5 of the conference games. 1 4 moving up 2 spots. Bringing us to number 3, Tuskegee Golden Tigers are 4-0. They're rolling after they got a bounce back win, 106 points. They move up 2 spots this week to number 3. At number 2, you start to hear the same refrain. These teams just know how to win. One of only 2 undefeated teams at the entire HBCU football playing framework. Obviously, in the mid-major division, they're at 6-0, 4-0. 3 first-place votes. Gained a first-place vote after a big road victory in closing somebody's homecoming out. 183 points, but they remain at number 2. Bringing us to number 1, the Benedict Tigers, 6-0, 4-0. 6 first-place votes, 106 to remain at number 1. They drop a first-place vote after a tough road victory, but they get it done this week at number 1. Fascinating to see what's going on. Since Charles is buying the second one, I'm going to hold on him, and I'm going to go to Mike since he's first up the bat, and we've sent him to the bar. Go ahead, Mike. What are your thoughts on the top 7 in terms of the mid-major this week?
No, actually, this will be 2 weeks in a row, Doc, that I really don't have anything to say. I think you hit it. It's Benedict. I might be buying the 3rd round, AD Drew. I'm feeling good. It's Benedict. They buttered me up. I don't know if I'd have Tuskegee at number 3 after that shellacking against A&M, but you know they are. I knew it was too good to be true. They are bouncing back. I mean, but they'll be switching place with Fort Valley because Fort Valley has Benedict coming up, so Fort Valley will be falling. So that whole middle section gonna get shot up. Virginia Union may move up a little bit, but the first 2 are spot on. But number 3, 4, 5, they ain't suspect. To be honest. They are real suspect.
Man, Mike is already getting into predictions. I love it.
I don't know how you can be. How can you be number 3 and get a shellacking like that? I mean, I have one touchdown, 10 points, but they got shellacked. But yes, they bounced back. But come on, number 3. That's only. Other than that, you got number 1 and 2 right.
Thank you, Mike. Charles, since that's your time to go to the bar. Come on and step to the plate and tell me what you think.
You know what? Mike done hit it on the head because Benedict gonna clean out. I don't know how much in the SIAC. Virginia Union got a real opportunity to just keep moving up, keep moving up. But real quick, let me ask this question.
That's pretty good.
I thought Miles had the best chance of knocking off Benedict, especially on the road. Benedict going on the road 2 miles. Is there another team that can really stay within the stratosphere of Benedict?
I'm going to go to our SIAC expert, AD Drew, talk about that first, and then give me your thoughts on the top 7.
Are you saying in the SIAC, Charles?
Yeah.
Miles was the one, in my opinion. Miles.
So with that being said, let me follow up before I ask you the top 7 because it sounded like you were gonna go there. In terms of the playoff, what about if it goes? What was that? Second, third round, and you see a Virginia State Benedict type matchup. Obviously, if they get into the playoffs, we're forecasting a little bit here.
Yes.
To your point, since you kind of alluded to it, maybe you said, "Are you talking about SIAC?" What if we stretch that to a playoff quarterfinals matchup between Virginia State Trojans and the Benedict Tigers? Can the Trojans get it done?
The Trojans have enough of a ball control offense where they can keep the ball away. But the problem with that is that Benedict defense negates a lot of teams' ball control offense, which will put you out of character. And once you get out of character and get behind with this Benedict team and they could just send them ends after your quarterback, from what I've seen over the last 2 years, it's pretty much over with at that point when you're playing Benedict.
Good stuff. With that being said, go ahead and give me your thoughts on the top 7.
All right, Doc. I got on paper this top 7 looks good, but I've got a couple of, as our City Hall says, things to make you go, All right, let's look at this. You've got a Fayetteville State outside of the top 7 who beat Virginia Union. You've got 2 A&O teams in their conference, Fayetteville State and Albany State, outside of your top 7. All right. You've got a Miles team who lost to the number 1 team, had the game won, lost by a field goal, sitting at 7. All right. And also that same Miles team lost to an FCS by 1 single point, Dr. Cavil. All right. So, and then, of course, Mike pointed out, we took a shellacking to Alabama A&M, but we defeated Fort Valley State. So what do you do with that Tuskegee Miles mix? All right. And speaking of Fort Valley State, Allen, who sits behind Fort Valley State, got their butts whipped against them also.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things that could be going on here with these teams and everything. The one thing I will say, Miles should not be number 7. I don't know how you fix the rest of them, but Miles should not be sitting at number 7, Dr. Cavil.
That's why I said that 3, 4, 5, that 3, 4, 5, they're gonna go away anyway. I'm serious. And Virginia Union and Miles gonna move up.
I think that's the unique thing between the power rankings that you all do Sunday night, which is a beautiful thing because it allows us to juxtapose about people's voting polls and things of that nature. A large component of this poll for most of the voters is what have you done most recently. Obviously, taking consideration all of them, but the computers take that into more consideration because it's just a data point in terms of what is your overall weight of the season and games you played. So I think that's why you see a little more variability in this poll because Miles just lost. And although it was it was close, many people, if they had a player 2, they would have won. But you also got to figure that it was at home and they couldn't quite get it done. So I think those are kind of things. So I would not be surprised, alluding to Mike, with the other teams and the variability and the playing, that Miles will quickly ascend back to the top. But I think for this week, that's why they kind of dropped out. And it'll be interesting when you start looking at Fayetteville State Broncos, Albany State. What does that mean for them? But at the end of the day, we know what it is. You keep winning, and you'll find a way and get it done. But to your point, that's kind of where the variability. But I like the way you said something to say.
Variability.
Did you see who Albany State has this weekend?
Studying that now, variability. Woo.
Did you see who Albany State has this weekend? Albany State will be dropping.
Yeah,
right. And Charles, he's getting into his stats a little bit. Variability. He perked up when we said that.
Yeah, I was like in class, like, wait, who's talking variability? Wait, what's going on?
Wait a minute. You did wait. Wait a minute, AD. You just said Albany State will be dropping. Don't they have Allen?
And then who they got behind Allen?
They got Miles. Now that one they may drop. I don't know.
And then who they got 4 weeks, like 3 weeks from that.
Yeah, but you said Allen. Okay, we talking about Allen. Let's go back to Allen. Yes, and then they still have to go. Yeah, they got Fort Valley. Yeah, I agree. But you said Allen. I don't know if that's necessarily given.
See, this is why I love the poll ranking, because this is why this is important. And this is a shout out to the SIDs and other media folks. As you start talking about your games of the week and players to watch, make sure that you consider doing the rankings. Whichever one you choose to use, that's up to you. But when you have these top 7, top 10 matchups, put it out there so you can have some discussion in terms of the ranking. With sports information directors, the media group that we have out there, always use those numbers to talk about the variability and the ups and downs as you see colleagues talking about these matchups to come and what it will mean for the poll. It also gets those that are watching HBCUs into it and gives them an idea more than just where teams sit in the conference standings. It gives a more broad view of what that looks like.